All right, I want to welcome everyone to our live Saturday morning presentation. We're going to do two things this morning. I'd like to take maybe the first 5 to 10 minutes for some people that are on this morning's live presentation who are at last weekend's event for Synergy Worldwide's kickoff of the Microbiome Purify Kit, if they wanted to share some of their experiences and what the one thing that they really liked and took away from last weekend. And then once we complete that, then I want to begin to show you the Purify Pathway and a marketing plan for the Microbiome Purify Kit, which will be our major topic today. So I know there's some people on the call this morning that were there last weekend. Would you like to share your experience, and most importantly, what was the one big takeaway that you had from last weekend?
I'll go first.
Thanks, Homer.
The one thing that I walked away with, and I've been to several of these before, but I walked away with a lot of confidence, well, a lot more confidence. Usually I walk away, from the conferences, excited, like, hoorah, let's go, boo-boo. But now we have a system that we can follow, and that, we're united as a group, and we can go forward. And I just felt a unity of everybody there, going forward, and that's like.
So Homer, I want to just add to what you just said. So, it's one thing to be emotionally charged out of these meetings, but it's another thing to be actually equipped to understand how to do the business. And what I'm hearing from you is you feel for the first time that you are actually equipped with a step-by-step process on how to take the excitement that you saw and actually harness it into success.
Right, and especially for us out here, because we were kind of lost. We were trying to follow you guys, and then we had our own group that we were trying to follow, and it was it's kind of difficult. But now it's more or less we're congealed as a group, and we can move forward.
Great, appreciate that. Anyone else would like to share anything?
Dan,
yes, Tracy.
Great. I felt more close. All of our team members, your group, our group, even some of the other members of our group, because it's a system that is going to be workable that all of us can do, and I am really excited for it.
Great.
And
go ahead.
Then to have a system of the microbiome that works so quickly with such great results, and they're different for everybody, I realize that, but they keep working, even after that 1 week, it starts your body wanting to do better. It has your body wanting to and craving more nutritional good foods and not the junk food. And that's what I get excited.
Great, thank you, Tracy. And they actually showed some of Tracy's results on the Saturday presentation that they had for the Microbiome Purify Kit. And Tracy has had a wonderful experience on this program. And Tracy, because this will be important later on in today's presentation, and I would ask those that are on this morning that you would mute your phones, that if you're not sharing something with us individually, mute your phones so that we don't have to do it for you. But Tracy, you have made some significant exterior changes, and one of the things I talked about to people is that in nitric oxide therapy, people can feel the difference, but people outside them most likely don't see the difference. Whereas in the Microbiome Purify Kit and the other products that are going to be coming online for the Microbiome Reset, people not only feel the difference, but people around them see the difference. So Tracy, for you, there's been a significant change in your physical appearance. Has that created interest for you by other people?
Oh, yes. Even at my job, I popped into one of the manager's office yesterday, and he says, Tracy's going to be blowing away because she's always walking around the building. And I'm like, I'm not going to blow away. And when the other managers in the office, they said, what are you talking about for blowing away? And she said, you know, and then she just briefly said on this program, and she is like losing weight every day. And so she says, I'm gonna send an email. And so we'll see what happens, but she's planning on sending an email to me about walking around the building and how much I'm really dedicated to the Fortify after doing the Purify. So it's going to be exciting.
Okay, great. Thank you, Tracy, for sharing that. Anyone else have anything that you would like to share before we go in today's presentation?
Dan, the only other thing I can say, I also got such great results because I was on all this. And so when the other key ingredients to start setting goes into action, it can go and go through all of my arteries and my system because I have been using the Pro-Arginine and continue to use it all the time. I think that has a lot to do with my results.
Great. You broke up a little bit there, Tracy, but I think we got the drift of what you're saying. All right. I'd like to go ahead and start our presentation, the main thing that we want to cover today. And as you can see by the information I have on my screen, everyone should be able to see it. I put this into a PDF format. And as you can see by the opening title, this is Purify Pathway, Marketing the Microbiome Purify Kit. And as it's already been shared this morning, for the first time in what I've seen in Synergy Worldwide, they're actually giving us a systematic business plan. I've always appreciated the energy and the excitement that people have with regards to Synergy Worldwide and their products, but quite frankly, excitement doesn't build a business. You need to have a systematic approach. You need to treat this like a real business. And I want to applaud Shane Greer for giving us tools and beginning to teach us that this is a business, that we need to treat it like a business, and that as we bring in distributors, we need to help them understand how to apply business skills and a business plan to effectively grow our Synergy business. And so today, I want to take Synergy's Purify Pathway, which is a PDF that they created for us on how to be able to more effectively market the Microbiome Purify Kit. And I want to begin to help you understand each step of that. There are 4 steps. And I also want to help you understand how to both leverage it and build off of it. And I put this into a PDF so that on Monday I will share not only today's recording with you, but I'll also have a link to this PDF so that you have this information in front of you. So let's go ahead and read through some of this, and then I'll add things to it. We want to provide you with a systematic business plan on how to gain clients and increase profits. That's a term that we are using to be able to attract people to want to look at what we're talking about, helping other people gain clients and increase profits. For whether a person has an existing business that is compatible to what we're doing here, or whether they're looking to start their own home-based business in the area of health and nutrition, they have to gain clients and they have to increase profits. As you bless lives with elite health, we want to mirror what we're doing here with the elite health marketing platform that Synergy Worldwide is rolling out across all their global markets, United States and the other 26 countries that are part of this. And using what I call a customer acquisition program that will create cash flow for your Synergy business. This is customer acquisition, which creates cash flow, which allows you to operate your Synergy business. So we're going to blend Synergy Worldwide's Purify Pathway with some additional suggestions and recommendations to help you effectively market the Microbiome Purify Kits. and how you leverage the results of your clients so that you can attract others to participate and grow your client base. So it's two aspects here. One is to acquire customers, and as you acquire customers and use the system, you can then use the system to leverage other people who might want to join you in the synergy business and show them that you have a business plan, a game plan, that if they follow these steps as Shane talked about in franchising, and in this case like micro-franchising, if you follow these steps, then you can be pretty much guaranteed that you're going to have certain results. Now, the PDF that I'm using from Synergy Worldwide has a link to it. You can see the link here. I've got it pulled up on another website, but what I've done is I've taken screenshots of it so that I can go and help you understand how to take these different tools through the program. So the first part of their Purify Pathway is the top here, and it says step 1, supply. Buy 4, get 1 free. So this first step is supply, or what we like to call get your inventory. If you're going to be in business, you need to have inventory. And you need to have inventory so that you can sell that to your customers, your clients. The nice thing about Synergy Worldwide is that you can have inventory that is best for your program, and you can have what I call controlled inventory. When I used to be in the health club business, I used to have 3 fairly large health clubs. My largest facility, we had a pro shop. In the pro shop, I had to buy thousands of dollars worth of product from FootJoy for gloves and shoes and other things. The problem is some of those shoes and gloves walked away because I had other employees that had access to inventory, and sometimes those things get little feet and walk away, and you don't know where they go, and you just write it off as a loss. Because you control your business, you have tight control on your inventory. And so in this program that Synergy put together, it's a buy 4 and get 1 free. They are suggesting that you then retail that kit for $199. So let me show you from a business standpoint how you make money. What is your profit margins? And I want to show you on a profit margin on starting 5 new people per month and a profit margin on starting 10 new people per month. Because the way the Purify program is designed, it's designed to be a 7-day program. Now, I personally am going to modify that to a 10-day and a 14-day program, and I will be showing that at a later time. But irregardless, I can start 2 groups on a monthly basis. And I make my initial investment. So if you look at this left-hand side where it says 5 people, if you're charging $199, you're selling 4 kits to 4 people, you're getting back $796. Your product cost, because you're getting 1 kit free, your product cost was $716. Shane doesn't do this in his presentation, but you have to subtract shipping and handling. That's a cost to you. So the shipping and handling is $23. So your net profit on those 4 kits is $57. You also have a free kit. You sell that free kit. That's $199 of pure net profit on the free kit. The CV value of what you're doing is 600 CV. So if this is your initial order, and next week we'll talk about how this fits into being Elite Honors qualified. But for today, I just want to focus on profit, how you create cash flow, net profit to sustain and grow your Synergy business. So in the Elite Rebate Program, you get 600 CV when you buy 4, get 1 free. We have in the United States a threshold of 150 CV. So that anything above that, we get paid what's called an elite rebate or a 25% commission. So my difference between 600 and 150 is 450. 25% of that is $112.50. And when you add up my net profit on the 4 kits, the net profit on the free kit, and my net profit on elite rebates, when you total those 3 things together, I'm earning $368.50 of pure net profit. That's cash flow for your Synergy business, plus I've recovered my initial investment. Now, if I plan then to run 2 groups of 5, I now have my money back. I can order in the same month another 5 kits from Synergy Worldwide, and I'll actually make a little bit more net profit. On those first 4 kits, my net profit's the same, $57, because everything's the same. My net profit on the free kit is the same, but my elite rebates on the second order done in that same month is higher. I've already satisfied the 150 CV threshold on my first buy 4, get 1 free. So when I buy the second buy 4, get 1 free, I get a 25% return on the whole 600 CV, which is $150. So when I add that elite rebate with net profit on the free kit and net profit on the other 4 kits, I'm now earning $406 in total net profit on that second set of 5. That's additional cash flow for your Synergy business. What's my potential profit in moving my inventory every month? If I'm only going to focus on 5 people per month and starting 5 new people every month, that's $368.50. And if I do that for 12 months in a row, that has created for me $4,422 in net profit for the year. That's nice. That's nice to add to your income. If you are working with a person in the healthcare profession, that would be a nice addition to what they're doing, because this is not gross income. This is net profit. Almost $4,500 in net profit starting 5 people per month consistently for 12 months. Now, if I scale this to the next level and start 10 new people on a monthly basis, it's $774.50 times 12 months. That's $9,294. So that's over $9,000 of additional net profit just by starting 10 new clients each month and learning how to use the system to leverage the results of your 5 or 10 people so that you can continue to leverage that every month to start new groups of 5 or 10 people every month consistently for the next 12 months. It's a commitment to your business. It's a commitment to helping people improve their health, and it provides net profits, cash flow, to help you grow your Synergy business. Now, once the Fortify program comes online, and once the monthly Protect program that Shane talked about comes online by Synergy Worldwide, this net profit will significantly increase as you move your clients from the Purify program to either the Fortify program, which is a 3-month clinically proven program completely designed to reset their microbiome, or the Protect program, a monthly program designed to protect and build their microbiome. Now, I can't show you what these figures will look like because I haven't seen them from Synergy. I've had some discussions with Synergy, but I don't know what the final programs will be in terms of price pointing, what the CV will be. But when they get released, we'll build that into this business plan so that people can understand that you start with Purify. Here's your potential profits from Purify. You move people either into Protect or Fortify, and here's your potential profits on Protect, and here's your potential profits on Fortify. And when you add all these components together, you're talking significant cash flow. We're not looking at residual income here. We're looking at what Shane talked about in the compensation plan from Synergy Worldwide. How can we put more dollars in people's pockets at the front end of the program? And you can do it by running what we call a straight business program. You acquire products at the least cost possible. You sell them competitively in the marketplace. You have a profit margin, and then that profit margin goes to you to create cash flow to grow your Synergy business. And as you can see in the example that I've showed you, just using Purify, 5 people consistently done over 12 months creates almost $4,500 in net profit. 10 people consistently done for 12 months creates over $9,000 of pure net profit to help you grow your Synergy business. Now, the next step is share. And in the PDF that Synergy has, and again, there's a link in the PDF that I'm going to provide you to go directly to this page, they talk about share. you gotta find people that you can then sell the kit to. And so they talked a lot about using social media, things that you could post up on Facebook. Those same posts you could most likely use for Twitter. You may have to look at the word count to make sure that it fits on Twitter. But there's a lot of things that you could do. So when we look at step 2, which they call share, we like to call it customer acquisition. All right? Business is all about customer acquisition. I need to understand how to effectively acquire customers. So Synergy Worldwide highlights a social media campaign on Facebook, which could also be run on Twitter and other social media pathways. But here are some additional methods that you can effectively use to start groups of 5. We talked about this a couple weeks ago, an elevator speech. Here is one of the simplest elevator speeches that you can use. It's easy to memorize. It's easy to use. It's up to you either to use this or adapt it. Again, we're recording this presentation. This isn't a PDF. We'll make this PDF available to you on Monday's newsletter. And here's the elevator speech. When a person asks you what you do or you get into a conversation about their health, you can turn that, well, you know, I'm part of the Million Lives Project, and our goal is to help 1 million people or more understand how they can effectively use microbiome research to reset their gut for improved health and wellness. Have you ever heard of the microbiome? Now, you have a statement, a mission, that you have something that is greater than you yourself, and you come back with a question. And the question is all designed to create conversation. And in that conversation, you can develop that conversation. We've had Saturday presentations on how to do this. We're not going to go into it today, but you can use that question, or you could use a similar question since you have problems with, since you have abdominal distress that you shared with me. Have you ever heard of the microbiome and how you can reset that gut health? So your ability to ask that question at the end of your statement is going to create interest, to have a conversation, and only have enough conversation to get them to want more information, which then allows you to use other tools that we've created specifically to help our group be able to create the interest for a person to then start the Purify Kit. So we have several things that we've created that you have access to. We have our microbiome research ebook. I've seen a lot of things that are on the internet, and this is not a pat on my back. There's some very good pieces that are out there, but I have not yet come across an ebook that is as good as what this one is, especially if you know how to properly use it. Page 10 of this ebook is one of the simplest things that you could do. It has a checklist of symptoms and triggers, and you could easily use that with a person that you're talking to that you've created interest with. You've sent them the ebook. The link is right there. Everyone has access. It's a non-branded ebook. And you can use page 10 and go through page 10 with them to have them check off their symptoms, check off their triggers. And the more they check off, the greater the probability that they have a leaky gut, which means that they have dysbiosis and inflammation, and they're producing toxins. And would they like to correct that? And if they do, the Purify program is a 7-day program to begin the process of resetting your gut health. This is what it's done for me. This is what it's done for other clients of mine. Would you like to experience the same thing? You can also bring them to our live webinar, which we do on the first and third Tuesdays of every month at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. I got an email from Penny Murphy the other day. She was on this webinar for the first time. She uses the word awesome, and I like to reserve that word for God because He's awesome. But she really liked the webinar. And so that webinar, if she understands that webinar and how she can harness that, she can invite people to either come to her house, her home, on the first and third Tuesdays of every month at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, so you have to adjust for your time zone. And she could plug into this, or she can send this registration link to people that don't live around her, but live too far away to come to her home, and she can invite them to attend by just clicking on this registration link. The link is always the same. It never changes. When they come onto it, it's clearly defined microbiome research, learn how to naturally reset your gut health for improved wellness, live webinar brought to you by our Synergy family, webinar registration. They can actually share it on their Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and they can email this to other people if they choose to. It has all the dates for all the presentations between now and the end of the year, so it updates automatically. Once the June 6th presentation is done, that goes off, and June 20th is the next one that shows. So if they can't make June the 6th, but they could make June the 20th, you can have them already register, pre-register for June the 20th. There's 100 seats available, so you don't really need to worry about it being closed. But if you want to use something, we usually get a good crowd, so I would suggest that we register now so that we can save your seat to make sure that you can enjoy this presentation. So you can leverage this. Let's say that you have a person that can't make any of those times, and you're with them now, and you got access to the internet. Well, we've taken the live microbiome research webinar on Tuesday night, and we've recorded it. So there's now a recording of one of those on YouTube. Again, here's the link. You can click on it. It'll take you to it. And then you can play this 24/7. You can either have a group come to your home at a time that is convenient for you and the group that's outside of the 2 o'clock, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time live time. You can do this at any time. You can either bring a group to your home. You can either go to a home and do a group. You can do this individually. You can send this as an email, but you can use this 25-minute presentation to be able to set up your group or your individual and have them watch the presentation, to understand the presentation, to understand how important resetting their microbiome for their gut health is to their overall health and wellness, and how it can address health issues for them. So again, it's a tool that you have to be able to create the interest for a person to start down the pathway, and the first part of the pathway is the Purify program. There'll be additional components in that pathway as Synergy releases other product lines like Fortify and Protect. But for now, the starting point is Purify. It will always be the starting point, is Purify. And you can use this information to get people started on the pathway to resetting their gut health for improved wellness. Step number 3 is support. They talk about coach and host and simply friend and do things that are necessary. Step 3 is, again, is what Synergy says is support. We like to call it follow through. And the greater your follow through in this area, the greater your return on your time investment, and the greater your leverage in step 4 to gain referrals. This is a critical component to the success of what you're doing. The more that you invest your time and energy in this step 3, the greater your probability of getting a good outcome for your current clients going through Purify, and being able to leverage that to gain referrals to start your next group of 5 or your next group of 10. So here's a couple points that Synergy talks about, as well as a few things that we've added to this. Remember to get a before and after picture. All right, we want you to be able to document their results. So we would like you, whether you can do this or whether they do it, just have them, a family member, or they can take a selfie or whatever, but a before and then an after picture. You want to set up a private Facebook group so that people can share their challenges and successes with others who are going through the Purify program. This is a forum that allows people to share helpful information, especially on what to eat. And so you want to be able to do that where you can begin to provide value to the people who are in your program to help them through their challenges and successes, as well as people within the group who maybe had that challenge, but they found this to work with for them to be able to get past that challenge, can encourage other people. It's very important to have that group dynamic. Direct message each person each day, or call them each day to see how they're doing. Most conversations are not going to last longer than 5 minutes. In fact, I know that people text me, and then I text them back, and then they text me again, and then I text them back, and then they text me again, and I get tired of this texting because it's a waste of time. So I hit my phone on the text, and I call them directly. And then we can have a conversation in a couple minutes rather than being disrupted trying to text back and forth or doing direct messages back and forth. So if you create a direct message and a person responds, and the best thing is to talk to them directly. Because when you talk to them directly, it shows that, one, it's personal. Secondly, you're willing to invest your time with them. And secondly, you're going to find that it's a better use of your time. And most conversations are not going to last longer than 5 minutes. So if you've got 5 people in your group that you're working with, that's a 25-minute discipline each day that is going to pay you huge dividends in helping your clients be successful. Document how they felt prior to taking Purify Kit and how they feel after going through the 7-day program. Again, you want to document as much as possible. Pictures before and after. How did they feel before they started Purify? What were their challenges? Get as many things down as possible. And then how do they feel now after they've been through the Purify program? So again, you can create their story. Document it in pictures, document it in results, and if you can document with quantifiable numbers, how much weight did you lose? How many inches did you lose? What kind of improvements did you see in blood pressure if that's an issue that they have, or if they're a diabetic, improvements in their blood sugar? The more that you can document quantifiable numbers, the more that you can then present a very powerful testimonial. And again, when you ask permission to share their results, you don't share the results in regards to what Synergy Worldwide's Purify program did for these people. What you do is you share with them, just like we do in nitric oxide therapy. I have a client who applied some microbiome research to reset their gut health, and look at what happened to them if you've got the pictures. And here is their documented progress. This is the amount of weight that they lost. These are the amount of inches they lost. This is what they saw in their blood pressure, blood sugar. Here's what they felt like before starting the program. Here's what they feel like now after they've been through the program. And that was a 7-day program. What kind of issues could we help you solve in 7 days? And you create the interest. Now, when you create this interest, and people say, I want what that person was doing. What's the program that you were using? Well, our product of choice is the only clinically proven product line in the marketplace, and that is Synergy Worldwide's Purify Kit, specifically designed and researched and clinically proven to begin this process of resetting your microbiome. That's what we use for this person, and that's what I would suggest for you. And it's just a question on your part, when would you like to get started? Because I have a new group starting on such and such a date. Would you like to be part of it? You have to have a call to action, ask them a direct question, and they're either going to say yes or no. And if they say no, that's okay. Because if you've done the next step properly, you'll have plenty of people to be able to interest in the next program. And as you continue to provide social proof of the success of the Purify program, and people repeatedly see the same types of social proof that's coming from this person, another person, gosh, all I'm seeing is success after success after success. Eventually, there'll be enough social proof that that person who didn't join you initially will say, I've seen enough. I'm tired of feeling how I'm feeling. I want what they have. How do I get started? Can I join one of your programs, or when is your next program coming up? Or I see on your social media that you've got a new program starting on such and such a date. I want to be a part of that. So this comes to step number 4, Systemize. Step 4 is Systemize from Synergy, or what we like to call the referral process. Ask your clients, or after your clients have completed the 7-day program and you've documented their results, ask them this key question. Tracy, who do you know who could benefit from the same results you experienced? And then if you know what Tracy's experience is, you can make this even more powerful. So insert Tracy's benefits. This is an even more powerful. So Tracy, who do you know who could benefit from the same results you experienced? The 25 pounds that you've lost, the X number of inches that's come off, the vibrancy and vitality that you've experienced compared to where you're at now compared to when you first started. Who do you know that we could help them experience those same types of results? And then work with your client, and they'll begin to refer people to you. And then you could do a 3-way phone call with them on the line, or you could ask them to share the next program with their family and friends. And if you want to take that step into seeing if they want to become a distributor, you can certainly do that. We'll talk a little bit more about that next week. But have a date already set up to start your next group. And again, you don't have to have a date where people can come to you physically. You can do this all in virtual time, meaning that you can use the internet to start new groups. They can be in states across the country from you, and you can get them started by, again, using Facebook, using the internet, using tools and strategies that are out there that you can, like Zoom. Zoom has a free platform. You can get your own Zoom account. You've got 5 people. It's a small group. You can bring them into a Zoom program and be able to help people, get started properly, explain how to use the products for them properly. All those different things can all be done on a virtual platform through the internet or in a physical meeting if you've got people around you. And again, you can also use the social media to highlight results to invite new people to join you in taking the Purify Pledge, a 7-day commitment to begin resetting their gut health for improved health and wellness. And again, a 7-day commitment. We'll most likely offer a 7-day program, a 10-day program, and a 14-day program because, like for myself, I don't need to lose weight. I wasn't interested in losing weight. I was simply interested in resetting gut health. There's no way that I could follow the 7-day program of replacing 2 meals a day and doing all those different things that Synergy wanted me to do in the program. So I modified my program to a 14-day program. It worked for me. It made a huge difference in my gut health. And I'm enjoying the benefits of that process. And I can't wait for Synergy to bring some of their other Fortify program and Protect program online so that we can buy products from Synergy worldwide that will continue that process of resetting the gut health. And for a person who has biomarkers that are very unhealthy, like overweight and diabetic issues and other abdominal distress and things like that, we can help them go into the Fortify program to continue this process of making significant improvements in their microbiome and be able to experience all that improved health and then go into the Protect program to protect what they've gained to be able to continue to live an elite health or vibrant life. And as Dr. Tripp likes to say, how confident am I in the Purify program? I'm 100% confident that this will have benefits for everyone. Not for some people, for everyone. Dr. Matthew Tripp, Chief Science Officer, Synergy Worldwide, Nature Sunshine Products. So with that said, let me go back in here. I'm going to unmute everyone, so if you've got an open mic. So I would ask that you would close off your mic. Mute yourself. If you're on a phone, hit your mute button on your phone. If you're on your computer, just mute yourself. Do I have any questions on any of the information that I've shared with you this morning?
Yeah, this is Homer. I like the call to actions that you put in there. We got the cards from Shane, but it really, I'm going to institute those. Those are I saw those and just like the light bulb went off. I was like, that's it, the call to action.
Yeah, there's a person that I use to help improve my skills in marketing, and that person will tell you that the three most important things that you need to have is you need to have a strong headline, you need to have strong bullet points, and you need to have a strong call to action. Your copy can suck. Sorry for that. But if you have those three things, strong headline, strong bullet points, and strong call to action, versus a person who has great copy, but terrible headline, terrible bullet points, and terrible call to action, you'll outperform good copy. So you really want to have a strong call to action. And that's basically asking people the question, now that you've seen this program and you've seen the kind of results that people are experiencing, do you want to go on the Purify program? And then you just be quiet, Homer, and they're going to tell you yes or no.
That is so awesome. Thank you.
And Homer, if they tell you no, then if you, again, a call to action would be, Homer, I respect that. Let me ask you a final question. What is preventing you at this point in time from going on the Purify program? And then let that person tell you. Could be finances. It could be that they're not ready to make that commitment. Whatever it might be, you just store that for information, and then you can come back to them. Okay, I respect that, Homer. If that changes for you, I'm running new Purify groups every month, or I'm running new Purify groups twice a month. So if that changes for you, and Homer, you decide that you do want to become part of this, just let me know, and I can fit you into the next group that will be available to you. And you've planted the seed with them, especially if you sent them information and they have that information that when time is right for them, they can join you because you've given them a call to action. If they've responded yes, you get them started into the next program. If they've said no, find out what's preventing them so that you can give them the option in the future that if those things change, you will be there to assist them in the next opportunity because you're doing this on a regular basis. You're showing them that you've made the commitment to run this for the rest of the year because this is how powerful this program is in blessing lives with elite health. Make sense?
Absolutely. And I got a person that I can use that on right now. I mean, I was talking to her right before the webinar. So thank you so much. You're
welcome, Homer. Great question. Anyone else have anything that you would like to ask before we close up this call? All right. If I don't have any questions, then I've got a bunch of people that were calling me during this webinar, so I've got a bunch of calls to return. And one last final call for questions before I close today's and end the meeting. Okay, I thank you for your time. Enjoy your Saturday.